Hi guys. So I have to make it through this whole video without laughing at the fact that I have a giant pink microphone, but I'm very excited to be using this. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about a topic that is actually quite close to my heart, and this is the concept of our age and whether we are too old to do aerial. So I started aerial when I was 29, and I already had some training under my belt that helped with being able to do certain strength movements. I'd already trained with gymnastics rings, I'd been doing handstands and calisthenics, but I still was very aware of the fact that I was starting this new hobby at basically age 30. And because I started at basically age 30, I felt like for at least the first 3 to 4 years of training, that it was really something that could only ever be a hobby for me, right? It was just, I was a fitness coach, I was into moving my body, and this was just another way to express that. I didn't feel like I was ever going to be good enough to be considered like a real aerialist or be taken seriously as one, let alone become competent enough to be able to perform and make money from that. I felt like I had found it way too late, and so had kind of just resided myself to the fact that this would be something I would do for fun, and that was the end of it. And even though I had actually spent some time training, years prior to starting aerial, I still didn't start my actual fitness journey until I was 22. So I'd come into all of this as an adult. It wasn't like I had years and years worth of training from when I was a kid just kind of packed away that I could then, you know, build on and sort of access that muscle memory. It was like starting from scratch. I can remember not being able to do all of the things that I can now because it was only 14 years ago that I actually started all of this physical training. So there was not only the issue of starting late, but worrying that because of when I had started, I didn't have time to actually get good at being an aerialist. Like, I had passed the prime years for learning and building strength and building skill, for some reason thinking that was my 20s, and I wouldn't really be able to learn anything in any meaningful way doing this as a hobbyist in my 30s. And I think it's hard when you see, these young kids that are incredibly talented, or you see um performers and coaches that went to circus school and they had incredibly high caliber coaching full time for years. It's very hard to compare yourself to that and think that because you haven't had those experiences, you don't have those years of training, that you'll never be any good or you'll never be able to achieve things. But what I've learned as an adult human being, building strength and skill and control in my 30s, is that the adult human body is absolutely amazing and it can adapt to an awful lot. We think that our peak is in our teens or 20s, and after that, it's all downhill, but it's honestly not. You can get so, so strong if you start aerial in your 30s, 40s, even 50s, even older. It's just about training in the right way for an older body. So we need to prioritize rest and recovery. We need to make sure we're not overtraining. We need to make sure that we're not overworking skills in a session that could lead to an injury from too much repetition. We have to make sure that we're doing the strength training to support our bodies and build the capacity for our aerial. We have to make sure that we have mobility. We have to make sure that our nutrition is good, that we're sleeping, that we're managing stress levels, right? You can still make insane levels of progress even if you didn't start circus as a kid. You can get so, so strong as an adult, and especially as a female. Like, it's not too late. This is the point of this video. It doesn't matter if you started at 30 or 40. If you train in a way that is good for your body, that is suitable for your age and the way that you recover, if you prioritize getting rest and you take care of yourself, you can get really freaking strong. So no, it's not too late to start aerial. And if you're already an aerialist, but you started as an adult, it's not too late to get really, really good. You can keep showing up and being consistent and putting the work in. And if you do it for a long enough period of time, the payoff will be there. You will unlock the skills that you want to achieve, and you will be able to get so much out of your aerial practice. So the last thing I want to touch on in this video is just about the comparison trap. It could be about things other than your age. It could be feeling like you don't look like an aerialist, or feeling like your peers or people in your classes are progressing faster than you, or it could be that your body proportions make movements hard, but then you feel like you're the one that's failing rather than working on skills that are better suited to your body. Like, just that constant feeling of being not enough, being behind. And then, if like me, you started doing this later in life, you just can throw being too old in there. But really, when it comes down to it, no matter what age you start, no matter what body type you have, no matter your body proportions, no matter what your goals are, your aerial practice is for you, and it's about you. Whether you want to be a hobbyist, whether you want to be an aerial coach, whether you want to be a performer just for fun or professionally, it still comes down to what is important to you and what matters to you. Again, no matter what age you start training aerial, if you focus on doing it in a way that brings you joy and that feels good for your body, and you take the time to also care for yourself and strength train to support your aerial practice, you're not going to care what age you started, and you're going to just have fun and enjoy the process. And that's really what it comes down to. And yeah, for anyone who's feeling like they are behind or they don't have enough time, that's also not true. You have enough time, you're not behind. Enjoy your training. Just enjoy the process and the privilege of being able to train something as fantastic as aerial, and having a body that is capable enough to do that, and having health that supports that practice. And the rest is just background noise. If you enjoyed this video and my pink microphone and you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.